Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to adjust inventory. There's a few different ways you can adjust your inventory. You can click on the inventory button and click adjust inventory. It'll ask for your username and password. And this is the main inventory adjustment screen. The other way into inventory adjustments is you click the inventory button, browse inventory, and then from within inventory browse, right click on any given item that you want to adjust and click adjust item. And it'll bring you into the same screen. However, the main difference is the item will be selected already. So from within inventory adjustments, your username is set. And there are three different types of movements. You can receive an item, quantity adjust an item, or transfer an item between warehouses. Receipt would typically be used if you're receiving a product from a supplier. In this case, let's pretend that the PWCP05, it was received from ABC Music Supplies and we received 2. However, there were 3 on the order. There was an error on the PO. What we want to do now is receive the additional item into inventory. So what I'm saying is there was an extra capo on PO number 1. We're adjusting in the main warehouse and we're going to add 1 unit to the quantity on hand. So if I commit the transaction, the quantity on hand changes to 3. And you're going to see what I write in for the reference here will stay within the inventory movement. So we can see that at a later point in time. So if we come back a couple years later, we can say, oh yes, there was an extra capo that we received on PO number 1. And I got the PO number from right here. So after you've done an adjustment, you can adjust another item right after the fact. So you can scan it with the barcode scanner, or you can search it up by manually typing. So a quantity adjustment is going to do the exact same thing that a receipt does, except the type is going to be different. I had done one earlier. I'd done a quantity adjustment here. Now typically what we use quantity adjustments for are to adjust inventory levels to match what we actually have in the store. So in this case, the system's saying we have 0 on hand, but there's actually 1 on the floor. Maybe an earlier adjustment it was done incorrectly, for instance, and there was 1 hiding in a back room. We found it, and we just want to adjust it back into inventory. So what's going to happen here is we're going to take the quantity on hand from 0, adjust it by a positive 1 to make it 1. And this is going to happen in the main warehouse. And we hit commit, and the quantity on hand is now 1. We have 3 on hand, but we can do a negative 1. So this capo, we actually lost 1. It says we have 3 on hand, and that extra capo, or it doesn't even have to lose 1, gave to Tim as a demo to try out. Could be something as simple as that, right? You know, if you give product to someone, or you're missing product, or if you just need to adjust something out. This is going to take the quantity on hand from 3 down to 2. Now the other one is transfer, and you're really not going to use transfer unless you have multiple warehouses. In this case, we only have 1 warehouse, and it's the main warehouse. So the transfer function doesn't really do anything in this situation. If you need more help with this, reach out to us and we'll give you some guidance. So one other button you're going to see down here is the ability to modify cost. So if we click on this, so what I'm saying is I forgot to update the cost on a PO and it was received before I got it updated. The actual cost of this item is no longer $9, it's actually $12. So I'm going to change the cost from $9 to $12. So we have a new unit cost of $12. And the adjustment came through at $3 a unit for a total of $12 since there's 4 units. Now editing the details, that's just going to change your min-max of the item. So if we want a min of 2 and a max of 3, just throw it in and hit enter and you're done. You'll see the min-max showing right there. And down here is just going to show all your movements for the item, including the quantity adjustments that we just did. Now for instance, if I was to go in and sell this item, so what you're going to notice after you complete a sale is it's not going to refresh automatically down below. If we search the item up again, it'll refresh and we'll see this sale go through as well. So now we sold one of these items and the quantity on hand went down to 3. The cost we sold it at was $12. So we can also click on Movement Summary. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you summarized movement information for this single item over a period of time. So in the month of March, we sold 1 item, we received 2, and we had quantity adjustments of 2. So essentially what this is going to do is it's going to summarize your sales for each SKU. So you get a quick indication of how that SKU moves on a monthly basis. And also you have your opening inventory amounts over here. So that's the basics for inventory adjustments. It's a good way to do adjustments of a few SKUs. If you're trying to update your inventory for a larger selection of product, sometimes it's better to do an inventory count, which are called cycle counts in the software. Cycle counts are going to allow you to update inventory levels en masse. You can count a department, or you can count just specific SKUs. So you can check out the inventory count video for more information on cycle counts and counting your inventory. And that basically sums up inventory adjustment.